What's up, guys? Just logging in, getting everything set up. Give me a few minutes. I don't have a lot of that fancy equipment that tells me what's going on and keeps me informed with the stream has started or not. Okay, looks like the live stream has started. I do want to give it a few minutes to let everybody jump in. All right, here we go, guys. Hey, cool. I do want to wait a little bit until we get. Um, what's up, Golden Heart? Hey, brother. Hey, I want to say thank you so much, Golden Heart City 2. I've been out of touch with the internet for a little bit. I've been busy doing some things. I'm trying to go home, and getting a card from you really was very special, man. I appreciate it. I didn't get it till January. As you know, I was on vacation. Um, I want to give you guys a few minutes to load the chat box also. This is the live stream we'll be doing here. But I wanted to say thank you guys very much. Antoine Myers, sorry. Yo, what's up? Uh, Man, I'm very safe, man. And your card was very inspirational. Looks like you have a beautiful family, man. So very, very appreciative of what you sent me, man. That was awesome. You told me you were sending me something, and I had to leave and go on vacation. It got here like right after I left, so I didn't get it till I got back. Then I had to drive across Kabul. I had to drive across Kabul with a up armored vehicle. I had to pick up some mail anyways, but I finally got your card, and it was really great, man. So thank you very, very much. We got 6 in the chat box. I'll try to start here in a few minutes when we get about 10. Uh, yeah, but I appreciate it. What's the blah for? Antoine Myers, you won me over. Hey, thanks, brother. Hey, I know my Cowboys, man. I may not know anything, too much about politics. I'm trying to get into that too a little bit. But I love my football, man. So we'll start the draft here in just a few minutes. I wanted to, let's see, adjust my camera, which I do need to do that as well. So give me a minute here. Um, I don't have all that technical crazy stuff that some of these other guys have, so I got to do it a little different. I got to adjust my screen there. Let me see how that works. Whoa, see what I'm talking about? Sorry, guys, my bad. Maybe that's a little better. I know that this is ridiculous, but I'll get it going here in just a second. Uh, there we go. Maybe that's it. I'm getting it going, man. We'll start the draft here in just a few minutes. I just wanted to give a little chance for people to jump in. Herb Faust, what's up, man? How you been? I know I've been out a while. I wanted to say thank you to you guys, and we're going to start the draft here in a few minutes. I hope you guys can see the screen. I hope it's big enough for you. I will be able to zoom in on the screen and stuff like that. So hang in there, guys. We'll get it going. I'm gonna start in like 1 minute. I just wanted to give everybody a chance to jump in, man. Uh, I don't have any wrench people. I don't know how to do that, man. If you could tell me how to do it, like I told you, you guys, I'm fresh to this stuff, man. It's a little new to me. I've only been doing this for a year, but I've been watching my Cowboys for a long time. So I appreciate the new subs and all that. How do I put a wrench on there, man? Can I do it off here? Let me see. I don't know what that is. Hold on. Whoa, I don't know what I just did. See what you did, man? You made me. Oh, hell no. I just fucked everything up now. Oh, no. No, I didn't. Okay, here we go. I got it. Hopefully that fixes it. Yeah, there we go. Hey, I'm not going to mess with it right now. Up the volume. Okay. Oh, I got you. I got to plug the microphone in. See? I told you guys I had unplugged it to take the picture. Ah. Over here, man. This is Afghanistan, bro. You kind of gotta bear with the. There we go. Now the sound should be better. This is Afghanistan, bro. There we go. Now we good. Now let me give it a couple minutes. Thank you, brother. Thank you guys so much. Hey, what's up, man? My man Mosh, crazy ass Mosh, South of Heaven 88. You guys check out his channel. Hey, what's up, man? Hey. Crazy ass Mosh, Oh my goodness. Those guys are up till like 4 in the morning. If you have insomnia, you want to hang out with Mosh and you want to meet those guys. Okay, so there we go, guys. All right, I'm going to start this up here just a few minutes. We got 9 in. That's good enough for me. This channel, the live streams will grow. I used to get a lot of people on my live streams, but I have been out for a little while. So there we go. Think we got everything going. The camera looks good. All right, guys, here we go. I'm going to show you guys what this is. This, what you're looking at on the TV screen, is called FanSpeak. It's fanspeak.com. FANSP, you can say FanSpeak or FansPeak, whichever one you want to call it. I don't know which one it is. I'm sure it's FansSpeak. FanSpeak, it's with one S. I got my shisha going too there, Mosh. So I'll be able to smoke you guys out. But anyways, here we go, guys. It's fanspeak.com. It's called On the Clock, and it's a mock simulator. And what it does, I want to be brief with this. If you kind of get lost in the video, you can go back and watch with the other videos. It kind of explain it. So what this does is it allows you to pick the Dallas Cowboys. All right, I pick the Cowboys. I go next. It's going to ask you a couple questions about the search engine you want to use. How many rounds of the draft do you want to view? I want to view all 7 rounds. It goes really quick. So you guys will see how this works. And you guys can do these on your own, back there wherever you're at, use the internet. You can do these on your own. And it really helps you learn the draft players. It lets you learn the players that are in your window so that you can learn who's in selection area at 58. Now, this is going to change as the combine finishes, as free agency picks up and those things. But the search engine here, as you can see it, let me zoom in on this. Let me zoom back. So what it does is it allows you to pick this search engine here. These are the search engines. I always pick the top one because that is the search engine that's at the top, and that allows you to get the most updated. It was last updated on the 2nd of March. So we'll pick this one. That's the most recent search engine, and it should have the most recent updated information. Okay, that page is loading. All right, I've selected that one, then you got to go down here to the bottom and hit next. So you select your search engine, you hit next. Then you have your choice of, do you want to do like the user voted, the NFL mock? This really doesn't make that much of a difference, but what this is going to let you know what your team needs. It's going to give you a like kind of a filter of what your team needs. Not really important. I kind of skip that. I just go through it. And then I also always select classic. I select classic because on the classic, the difficult, I haven't noticed a difference. So that's it, and we're ready to start the draft. Now we're here. We're about to start round 1. Ready for your mock draft. I got the Dallas Cowboys. Let's start our draft. So you're going to see the players. On the left-hand side, you're going to see the draft board come up. You're going to see the draft board come up, and it's already started. It's rolling through the draft right now. As you can see here on the left-hand side are the players that are still available. And on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, that's the actual draft. And on the right-hand side, these are the players that are still available. So it's going through the numbers right now. We don't have a first-round draft pick, but when we get to the 2nd round, we'll get to pick our pick at 58. So as you can see right now, check this out. Here's the first round, all 32 picks. If you want to go through there and see what some of the teams have selected, that's kind of what Nick Bosa has went first pretty much on every draft I've done. Possibly once this gets updated, you got Kyler Murray at 7th. He could go all the way up to 1st. So like I said, these are mock drafts. Nobody knows what's going on yet, but we will figure it out as it goes. Drew Lock, you can see some of the players there. All right, I'm going to get our Cowboy picks going, so I'm going to go ahead and go to the next round. 2nd round. Here we go, guys. All right, I'm going to zoom in on this so you guys can see it a little better. There we go. You can see the players going there. And as these players are being picked on the left-hand side, you can see on the right-hand side the players that are still available. And when it gets to 58, it's going to stop with us. Okay, now you can see here. I gotta minimize it a little bit so we can. But you can see, Dallas Cowboys. We are on the clock right now with the 58th pick. So now you want to look at the right-hand side, and you want to see the players that are still available. So players that are still available. We got running back. And real quick, I'll explain this. Here on the on the right-hand side, it has each position. So if you know which position you're looking for here, you can click on defensive line, and bang, there's all the defensive line players that are available right there. Jeffrey Simmons, Isaiah Buggs, Colleen Sanders, Daelin Mack. So this is what I was saying. This right here will help you decide on who you need to study and what players will possibly fall at 58. So at 58, these are the defensive linemen we got. These are the edge rushers we got. Charles Omeniu, Ben Boganu, Anthony Nelson, DeAndre Walker, Austin Bryant. Now let's go to safety. At safety, Taylor Rapp, right there. If we don't get a safety, if we don't sign Earl Thomas or one of these other clowns that's wanting all this money, we can go with this pick. If we decide to Marcus Lawrence already, if we get that done, we may want to go with a second defensive lineman or an edge rusher. We could move Tyrone Crawford to, they've wanted to move him to 3-tech or to the middle for a long time. So that would give them the opportunity to do that. So in the draft, here we go, guys. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to go defensive lineman? Let's say we don't have we signed DeMarcus Lawrence for sure. What's up, brother? How you doing, my Cowboys family? Nice to see you in here. Hey, check out my draft, man. Watch how this is done. This is pretty cool. I'd like to do one of these with you sometime, or you could do one on your round table. It's really, really interesting. So tell me what you got. Hey, Rapp more bang for the buck. I agree, Joe. That was the pick I was going to take. So Herb Faust, you want a defensive lineman or a safety? I agree right there. We can say we signed DeMarcus Lawrence, but the other things with the safety, we don't know how that's going to go. So I'm relatively, to me, it's best player available, defensive lineman or safety, and that's what I would do. That seems like what everybody wants to do. Oh, cool! You guys did them last season. Yeah, it really helps you learn what players are in our window, what player might be available at 58 for defensive lineman and safety, or if we wanted to go wide receiver, and open up the offense a little more, we could do that too. So far out of the chat box, it looks like most everybody's saying safety or defensive lineman. I think the best player on the board is Rapp, definitely. And to me, guys, a safety is going to be more effective coming out of the box as a rookie than a defensive lineman. Your tackles, especially your edge rushers, they take a little while to develop. That's a man position. You got to put Myers, Simmons could still go around. Yeah, that's true also, Joseph. But to me, I would prefer to get a DL or a defensive lineman or an edge rusher in the free agency if we can. And if we don't get Earl Thomas, I'm definitely going safety first. So for the first round, I got more selections it looked like for Rapp. So we're going to go safety. We're going to simulate that we don't have Earl Thomas, and we're going to go round one. And here we go, guys. So our first round is selected. Our first pick was Taylor Rapp out of Washington. So round two has just started, guys. If you're just getting in here, hey, I appreciate the new guys that joined the channel. And if you didn't catch this from the beginning, you can start it from the beginning to check out how this goes. Round two is finished now. We got our one pick in. Our round one pick was Amari Cooper, basically. Smoking me some double apple. All right, guys, round two has started. Round three. And again, as I said, we've got our first round pick was Amari Cooper, basically. So All right, here we go. Round 2. We're pick 90, and we are on the board already. See, it goes pretty quick, guys. And so now round 2, we definitely probably want to go defensive lineman or edge. Anybody got any suggestions here on round 2? Who we want to go with? Defensive lineman. I say the same thing, Antoine. Antoine saying defensive lineman. Let's see who we got here. Defensive lineman. We got Isaiah Buggs from Alabama. Always big school guys are always good. Daelin Mack, Ed Alexander, Kylan Mack, Daelin Mack, Colleen Sanders. I got my glasses on, but so here we go, guys. This is who we got to pick from. We've also got the edge rushers. If we could find a bigger edge rusher, sometimes you can. L.J. Collier out of TCU. He was one of the guys I was watching in the draft. I'm getting Saunders here. I hear a lot of Saunders. I'm down with that too. He looked really good. Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. We got. Let's just check out wide receiver. Let's just see who we got, guys. Anthony Johnson, David Seals. Anthony Johnson out of Buffalo is a solid pick as well. But I think there's some wide receivers we could go with later. A run stopper. Yes, sir. Buggs is a run stopper. So we got Sanders, Buggs. We got a pick for Mack. Defensive end, defensive tackle. Crunk safety on 3rd round, but you had to move up. Yeah, Joseph, yeah, you mentioned that earlier. I agree. There may be some safeties that fall. I've also done a little bit of research on some of these guys for their off-field. These days, man, you can find out a lot about just type in the name and type the name and off-field issues or off-field problems. And I found out a few things, especially on the defensive lineman that I was looking at. And I was like, we don't need any more of that shit on our defensive line. You know what I'm saying? So there's a few guys I wanted to stay away from. Let me find my notes real quick. Here they are. Sorry, guys. Let me reach into get my face all up in the camera. Let's see. Also on defensive line, there's quite a few free agents out there that are going to be available at pretty decent price. I don't know much about these draft prospects. Yeah, Cowboy X Factor, I don't either. That's why I'm doing this mock draft. What the mock draft does is it lets you know what players are possibly going to be available in the areas we're picking. If you just came in, Cowboy X Factor, I got to address him because he's always here, man. Good guy. He's been following the channel for a while. But at 58, it allows you to pick a safety, take a look at what the safeties are. You can slide over to defensive linemen, see what defensive linemen are there. And if you do this draft 10, 15, 20 times, you're going to learn the guys' names. You can jump on YouTube, check them out, and find out what's there. So I think I got most of the picks. It looked like everybody was wanting to go with Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. Does that look like a good pick for everybody? Cedric Wilson from last year. Yeah, he did well. I'm hoping Armstrong steps up and plays better as well. He came on quite a bit there at the end of the year. When Tyrone Crawford got injured, I never expected myself to say, oh, shit, Tyrone Crawford went down. But, dude, last year that guy played very well. He moved around, played a lot of different spots on the D-line, and he helped us out a lot to stabilize that defensive line when it could have fallen apart last year. And it did. It did in the Rams game. So I got Khalil Sanders there. Saunders. We're going to go with that pick. Western Illinois, our second pick. We're good to go now. We've got our safety. These are our picks so far, guys. Here we go. All right. So, second round is over. Third round is over. We got 2 picks in the 4th round, guys, so we got 2 picks coming up. Yeah, I hope it works out that way, Antoine. If it works out like that, man, we'll have a pretty good draft. I've had some good drafts on here, and I've had some bad ones. But the best thing is I'm learning these players, and I'm learning who to study because I really don't know who to study. You know, I watch mainly NFL. I don't get time to watch college. Then I take a couple months to recover from football after, February, March. At least we were playing in January. February, March, I kind of take off a little bit. But after the Super Bowl, it's kind of a, download. All right, here we go, guys. We are on the clock now. Yeah, as you can see, it'll let you know when you're on the clock. and we are on the clock with the 128th pick. If you click on all, what it shows you is all the players available, and it'll put them in order of best player available. So right now we've got a tight end out of Texas State, Kaneen Brown. Then we got another tight end, Dawson Knox. We got a linebacker, T.J. Edwards. Or we can do the selection, DL or wide receiver. Herb's saying DL or wide receiver. Safety, D tackle, tight end. No tight end unless I agree with that. Man, Antoine, bro, me and you's on the same page. I'm still wanting, I got my jersey on right now. I know some people aren't down with this dude, but my boy Rico Gathers, I think he just needs an opportunity. South Haven's going to light up now. I know you're jumping up and down and screaming. He hates Rico Gathers, man. Well, I ain't going to say you hate him. I'm sorry, brother. It's not that you hate him, but I know you don't, I know you're not really like on the Rico Gathers bandwagon like I am. Herb Bugs gave me issue at Senior Bowl, plus, I love Rico. He needs an opportunity, man. That's all. And that's why I don't think we need a tight end. I'm glad Jason Witten's back for third down purposes, but, man, Rico needs a chance. I don't know if Rico stays on the roster. No, Swaim's gone. And if Swaim does with Witten back, no, Swaim, they won't pay him. We got Witten. We got the other two guys. That would just really clog up the tight end thing. Hey, what's up, CT Cowboys? How you been, man? Had to do a little shout-out. Let me do some shout-outs real quick. Cheyenne Maxwell, Herb Frost, Halter Rivas, Antoine Myers, new subscriber today. Thank you very much. South of Heaven 88, that's my boy, man. That's my boy right there. Mosh is crazy. We have a good time. I watch his live streams. It'll be like 4 a.m. there. It's like 2 p.m. here, and they're still talking Cowboys and talking trash and stuff. So we could go wide receiver. Don Ford. I will say there's a player I'm watching, and I really would like you guys to look him up. Yeah, mosh it up for Dallas Cowboys for life. I really would like you guys to look this player up, and I'm going to draft him. He's going to get drafted on my selection. His name is Jalen Hurd, and I just started following him on Instagram today. I should have done that before. I like the Witten thing for one more year. Let us weed out the tight end thing because they weren't performing really great. But this guy, Jalen Hurd, he was a running back at Tennessee. His sophomore year, he was, Tennessee. Yes, sir. There you go, Herb. Herbie knows. He was a dude, we're going to pick him. Right now, he's about 200th in the draft. Jalen Hurd, I hope we pick him, but he'll go way up. After the season gets closer, he's going to go into the second or third round. But this Jalen Hurd guy was his sophomore year at Tennessee, he was contending for the Heisman Trophy. But he didn't want to play running back because he sees that running backs have a really short lifespan. They have trouble getting paid. Then if they want a paycheck, all these players want to get rid of them. I even hear people talking about getting rid of, Ezekiel Elliott. And, it's not a bad – you got to think about everything. I love Ezekiel Elliott. I don't want the guy to go nowhere. But if he asks for too much, if our line is solid and you can get a good running back in the first round at 25 or 30, or even the second round, you can get a good running back in the first round, and he's going to make $1 or $2 million a year. And if we sign Zeke to a long contract, who knows how long that dude can continue to take the abuse he's taken. He's a solid running back. You guys know that. So Cowboy Crunk, I see us needing wide receiver and running back only to help out. Yeah, CT, that's why I'm talking about this guy, Jalen Hurd. Jalen Hurd was a running back. Tennessee would not allow him to play wide receiver. So he transferred to Baylor. He had to sit out his junior year, and he played his senior year. His senior year, he had 69 catches for 900-something yards. He had pretty good touchdown production. In the red zone, he was good. He gets a lot of yards after the carry. The guy plays wide receiver. He plays slot receiver very well, and he takes about 6 to 8 snaps running back a game. So he plays 3 positions. He's kind of like that Montgomery guy. What's his name? Tyson Montgomery from Somebody help me out. I've been working this video thing. The one for the Steelers. He's been playing running back. He was a receiver. He switched back over to running back because they lost Bell. And he was playing. This guy's awesome, man. You guys check this guy out. Jalen Hurd, I know, is going to go in the third round, maybe the second round. But let's get back to what we're doing. Jalen Hurd, check him out. You guys, some of you guys know who he is. That dude is a good pick that can play. Ty Montgomery, yes sir. There you go. He's similar to that guy. 6'4", 230 pounds. Used to be a running back. He's converted to wide receiver. But he's not real high on the draft selection board because he only played 1 year at receiver. But he had 69 catches, 900 yards, good touchdown production, and he can play running back, and he plays out of the slot. The dude's nasty. Out of Baylor, too. And he grew up in Tennessee, born in Tennessee like me, and moved and transplanted to Houston or Baylor anyways. But, okay, here we go, guys. We got to make a pick here. And like I said, when you guys are doing this, you can stop here in the middle of the draft and study some guys and write some names down and study them later. And, yeah, Dallas loves Baylor players, and they also love Boise State. So here we go, guys. We're going to go – I got Jalen Hurd coming later, so I don't want to do wide receiver. But we could go offensive tackle. You guys think we need anything on the line? Maybe a linebacker. I do like linebackers at times because linebackers are very versatile. I know we don't necessarily have to have a linebacker, but they play special teams well. We could go corner. We could do a corner as well. With all the issues we've had with hamstrings and shit like that with our secondary, it may be good to get one. We need run stoppers in the middle. You guys want to go defensive line again? What you guys think? Let me see defensive line, who we still got left. Hey, Daelin Mack is still there, guys. He's the 158th ranked player. And like I said, this will change. This will really change once the combine numbers are put in. All the guys that run this thing, are at the combine right now. So they're going to come back with these numbers. This draft board thing is going to change in the next week or so, and we can do another one after draft picks are made, or not draft picks, after free agency kind of picks up a little bit, if we find out if we got a safety or not. So we'll be able to do these later. This one's kind of like a test run. So we could go more defensive line. Right now we got safety, Tyler Rapp out of Washington, and we got Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. On defensive line, this is who we got left. We got Daelin Mack, Ed Alexander, Greg Gaines out of Washington, Amini Bledsoe. I kind of like that guy out of Oklahoma. That pipe sounds like a... No, there are helicopters outside, though. Running backs. Let's check running backs. I'm happy. I like Rod Smith. I'm good with him. And the other thing is, if we get this Jalen Hurd guy, which I hope we do, he plays 3 positions. We can get rid of Cole Beasley, since he's acting a fool. I think he is. We can get rid of Cole Beasley. We can also fill him in at running back with Rod Smith, Jalen Hurns, and Ezekiel Elliott at running back. That gives you 3 running backs. And he plays out wide at sometimes too. 6'4", 230. I guess you guys can see I really want Jalen Hurd. At running back, we got Rodney Anderson, Benny Snell Jr. out of Kentucky. Rodney Anderson is a good running back out of Oklahoma. I like that guy. Justice Hill out of Oklahoma State is sick, bro. CT Cowboys, that guy's pretty bad. He's a scat back. That's kind of similar to what we need. That's what we need. I don't know his blocking skills, but that's what I'm saying. You look at these guys, you write their names down, you can check out some videos on them, and Benny isn't bad. Yeah, we're in the 4th round now. We have another pick coming up in just a couple picks. So to me, I would probably pick one of the guys. Have we decided on a position? We got defensive line. We got edge. We got linebacker. Let's just see what linebackers are available. T.J. Edwards out of Wisconsin. Jermaine Pratt out of North Carolina State. Dakota Allen. I like Dakota Allen. That guy, he's a good linebacker. I would kind of like to pick him on our next pick if we don't get him on this one. He was on that TV show Last Chance U. If you guys haven't seen that, that's a really good show. So where are we at? Everybody wants defensive line, it looks like. Defensive line. Give me some yeses for defensive line, some Ys. Or give me a running back, or give me what? Where are we going? Mack? Daelin Mack, Texas A&M. All right, guys, here we go. Y'all like the pick? Daelin Mack out of Texas A&M, our first. Look, check out the war room, man. We're working together, brothers. This is cool. All right, Daelin Mack at pick 148. The Dallas Cowboys select the 158th pick of the draft, Daelin Mack out of Texas A&M. I got to start announcing our picks, I guess. My bad. I wasn't doing that. I guess I wouldn't work well at the draft. So we're back on the board again already at 136, I think. Is that right? Yes, sir. 136, we're back on the board. So we got, let's go over our picks real quick. We got Tyler Rapp at safety. We got Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. Daelin Mack out of Texas A&M. So we got 2 defensive line and a safety. We're definitely going defense heavy. All right, guys. What position we want to look at? We still maybe need, if you want to go running back, wide receiver. I think it's time to go wide receiver. I want to see where Jalen Hurd is on the draft selection. He's usually around. He's at 217, so we could probably get him with our next pick in the 5th round. I'll save that one. So that's the 5th round pick. That's a lock. Sorry, guys, I got to do that one. I pick him every time, and we're probably not going to get him. But they've got him ranked at 217. Really, for us to get him, he's going to probably go up into the 2nd or 3rd round. A player I was watching last year did that. P.J. Hall didn't even get invited to the combine, and that guy went in the 2nd round, and I was wanting him so damn bad. I was hoping the Cowboys would pick him, and he was an under-the-radar player, went in the 2nd round, and he did amazing for the Oakland Raiders. He dominated the center as a 1-tech, 3-tech at Oakland. He can. I think Hurd can definitely give Zeke some rest. He's a big, solid back. He just don't want to run the ball a lot because he doesn't want to beat his body up. And 6'4", 230, man. I don't know. To me, he's a beast. So we want to go corner. We want to go O-line. Mosh says O-line. Antoine says corner. CT Cowboys. Go get Hill. Hey, that's true, man. Well, Hill would be a good help. That is a good pick. If he's still there, let me see if Hill is still on the board. Yeah, Justice Hill is still there. Man, that's a tough pass, bro. Passing up on Justice Hill. He looks good in the combine, man. Offensive tackle. Let's see. Let's check offensive tackle. Who's there? Chuma Edoga out of USC. Dennis Daly, South Carolina. Isaiah Prince, Ohio State. Let's check the guards. Those were offensive tackles. It does split them up by the guards. The guards, we got Garrett Bumfield out of LSU. Venzel Bolware out of Miami. Ryan Bates out of Penn State. Ben Powers out of Oklahoma. Let's see what we got. Offensive right tackle. I think it would. Okay. Which position we want to go with? We still got wide receiver. We're taking wide receiver in the 5th round. I gotta get Jalen Hurd, but I know he won't be there in the 5th round in the real draft. He won't be there in the 5th round. If we run this scenario in about 3 or 4 weeks, he'll probably be in the 3rd round by then. I'm not sold on Connor Williams. Too small. Man, the thing about offensive linemen and defensive linemen, that's a man position, and it does take a year or 2 to develop. It takes you time to get your strength, time to get your size. You guys know, you draft a defensive lineman, he's not going to be really at his peak for about 4 years. You can have a safety come in, and within a year, he's at his peak, a year or 2 years. It's a different position. Imagine, you're 320 pounds, 310 pounds. You're still growing at 22, 23 years old. I mean, you're still putting weight on and putting muscle mass on, getting stronger. And the thing is, safeties come in, they're quick, they're fast, they just develop quicker. It's more of a speed. It's more of a speed position. It's more of an agilities position, and you have speed and agility when you're young. So Connor can be. I think Connor will be great later. I think he's going to improve a lot this year. I think Antoine Woods. I think Armstrong. I think those guys are going to get better this year because they're young. Would rather start with a player who weighed 300 or 305. Yeah, I agree. I'm with that. I think he's a little small, but he'll hit the weight room and he'll put on that weight and he'll start eating and they'll get him. That's another thing. When you're in college, it costs money to eat. And as an offensive lineman, bro, you got to eat. A defensive lineman, you got to eat. And once you hit the pros and you get on an eating program, you're eating right, you're eating protein, you're getting solid food in you, really good. You're not on a damn diet because you can't afford food. It is a little different. And those guys have personal trainers that help them out. So, anyways, we need to pick a player here. I guess we're going to go offensive lineman. Was that one of your picks, Mosh? I think Mosh, you said offensive lineman too. Let's go. We want to go tackle or guard. Chuma Edoga out of USC. Dennis Daly, Isaiah Prince. On the guard side, we got Garrett Bumfield, Venzel Bolware out of Miami, and Ryan Bates out of Penn State. Any picks? O-line. Yeah, we got O-line from everybody here. So we're going to take an O-lineman. And the Cowboys, to me, don't need a lot of picks. We just got to pick the right picks. Some of these guys need to develop. So we want to go guard or tackle, guys. Okay. Here we go. We're going tackle. I got confirmation from Joseph. USC, Chuma Edoga. All right, I'm about to announce it. I'm announcing it. Here we go, guys. The 171st pick of the 171 pick of the 2019 NFL Draft. The Dallas Cowboys select Chuma Edoga out of USC. And if you guys are new to the channel, I also have sound effects that I do during the live streams and stuff, with the referees, clowning the referees. All right, guys, we're on to the 5th round. Let me load the board up here. We'll see who we got so far. All right, there's our draft picks so far. All right, guys, there we go. Tyler Rapp out of the 58th pick. Our 90th pick was Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. Daelin Mack was our pick out of Texas A&M, defensive line again. And our last selection at 171 was Chuma Edoga out of USC. We are on the clock again. Let's scroll down and see who's available. We're at the 165th pick. And you guys are talking about quarterbacks, right? Well, I don't think we need a quarterback. Wide receiver, yes, sir. All right, our next pick is an easy one for me. I'm sorry, guys. I got to go get him. Wide receiver. We're going to go, if you guys don't mind, this is my pick. I'm the host. I get to do one pick by myself. I got to go Jalen Hurd, guys. That is my boy right there. Jalen Hurd, he's a little bit down on the list, but we don't have a 6th-round pick. So if we don't pick him now, he won't be there. But we will play around and look at it. Man, almost burned myself on my shisha there, man. Go Vols. What's up, Herb Frost? Yes, sir. Go Vols. So wide receiver, though, if we did want to go with somebody else, Hunter Renfro's there out of Clemson. Jazz Ferguson, North Carolina State. California Davis is Colleen Doss. So there's some other guys here. Tight end, I'm just saying. Tyler Pettit. I didn't see him in the draft. I don't recall anything from him. Logan Parker, wide receiver. Let's see who's running back. Dexter Williams out of Notre Dame. I like that guy in the draft. He looked pretty decent. Dexter Williams. Bruce Anderson. I don't remember very many of these other guys. Darwin Thompson. So, all right, guys, here we go. We're going to go to wide receiver, and I got to pick my boy, Jalen Hurd. That's who I picked. We got to go through the 6th round. But I hope you guys are enjoying this. You guys can do these on your own. Like I said, I will do them later. Once this board gets updated, it'll be a lot more accurate. And then like just days before the draft, it should be really, really accurate. And you can get a good, a good view of who's available at 58, who's at 90. It'll get more accurate as time goes on. Matter of fact, especially after the combine this week, I would say by the weekend, this board will be updated quite a bit. Yes, sir. We got that kicker now. I thought it was a good move. The other way, I think we can save money, and I love Jones, but if Brett Maher is a very, very good punter as well. That dude can punt the ball, and we could easily use him as a punter and a kicker. I don't think there's any rules against that in the NFL. Danny White used to be, if you guys recall, Danny White used to be our punter back in the day for the Cowboys. So 6th round is over. We'll get the 7th round started, and this is our last pick. We got one pick in the 7th round, and then it'll give us a grade. Kind of gives you a grade at the end on who you picked. Again, we got safety Taylor Rapp, Washington. We got Colleen Sanders out of Western Illinois. We got Daelin Mack out of Texas A&M. Chuma Igoda out of USC, offensive tackle. And we got Jalen Hurd, baby, out of Baylor. That's going to be, if we could get that dude in the 5th round, that'd be sick. Shoulda, woulda, more fake punts with Danny White. Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, we could have done that more. I wish we could pick Greedy Williams. See, that's a name I don't know. I've seen it on here. I don't know much about Greedy Williams, but I did see him in the combine. I liked his name, and I was watching him a little bit. He was lighting it up. Sandberg, running back. Let's see if he's still there. Running back. Sandberg. He's not on the board anymore. Let's see who else we got on here at running back. Mike Darren out of Iowa State. Karen Higdon out of Michigan. Raquel Armstead out of Temple. Any other position you guys want to look at? Okay, yeah, I'll look him up, brother. Let me write his name down real quick. Actually, I'll write it down as soon as we get off of here. Where's the name again? Oh, Greedy Williams. I know that name. Yeah, I wanted to look him up already, so I'll check that out. But that's why I like this thing, man. This gives you a good selection when we're picking our 58th pick. It puts them in order and lets us kind of check out where things are. So you don't have to study football all damn season. You don't have to study football all season. You can kind of wait till, the NFL's about to start up and kind of go through these draft things and check them out. So tight end, center, running back, cornerback. You guys want to pick up a cornerback, help out our secondary? We don't have any secondaries except for safety. Sometimes, like we got Anthony Brown in the 6th round last year. He's played pretty well. There's been times I've been pissed at him, and then there's been times I didn't like him. So corner depth. Herb Faust goes with corner depth as well. We got Eamon Marshall out of USC. Derek Beatty out of Kentucky. Let me increase this so you guys can see it as well. There we go. Derek Beatty out of Kentucky. David Long out of Michigan. Clifton Duck. I like that name. I don't know who. Appalachian State. A small school boy. Let's see. Let's go safety just to check it out. See if there's a safety that's could be a flex guy that could go play safety or cornerback. Cornerback depth for what is there for kicker just to get competition. Yeah, we could do some. Let's check out kicker. Let's see what's there. Oh, you know what? They don't put kickers on here. My little ghetto ass mock draft simulator don't have kickers or punters. Let me see if it's got a punter. No, I don't have punters on there. I'm sure they'll update that later once the season gets closer. And like I said, this one's just to do a little practice run, see what we got on here, see what we can pick. JoJo McIntosh out of Washington. Uh, Kyrie Willis out of Michigan State. These are the safeties. We got Eamon Marshall, Derek Beatty out of Kentucky. Eamon Marshall's out of USC. David Long out of Michigan. A lot of these guys I don't know. I haven't started studying that deep yet. So, sorry for not what was there at running back. Yeah, he wasn't there at running back. My bad. Hey, but we got Jalen Hurd. The guy can play running back if he needs to. He'll have no problem giving. Talk to Antoine Myers on here. Antoine knows he says he studied him a little bit as well. So with our 7th pick and our final pick in the draft, I think we're going to go corner, right, guys? Yeah, that's how I get towards the end. Best available for the cornerback, Eamon Marshall out of USC. That would give us 2 USC guys. The draft I did earlier today, it had 2 USC guys. So Eamon Marshall out of USC is selected. Our draft is finished. Let me minimize this, and then we'll see what the draft board says, how we did. Shouldn't take too long here. It'll update here in a second. Hey, guys, I appreciate you joining in. I'll do some more of these in a couple days. I took a couple months off. I haven't done a video in a while. As you guys know, I do see some of the regular faces back in here. Hopefully Stevie Mack will catch back up with me and some of the other guys that I was hanging out with. But I'll do these regularly, and we can all, yeah, it's a fun. Hey, I appreciate it, Mosh. I have a good time on your what is it called? TTC or Trash Talk Cowboys, I think is what it's called. I don't know what it stands for, but it's a pretty good time there at 4 in the morning from Florida. My man Mosh is out of Florida. So, all right, guys, you can see the first round here on the left-hand side. On the right-hand side, it shows our picks here at the top, and then it shows basically this is what the professionals say we should have drafted. They're saying our first pick should have been a tight end, which we did not select. They're saying we should have picked safety, second, defensive lineman, cornerback, edge, and we got some of those, but we didn't get them in that order. We didn't get an edge rusher, which they're saying we should get. All of that determines on what happens in free agency and all those things. So we did address the safety issue. We addressed the defensive line issue. We addressed the cornerback issue. We got an offensive lineman and a wide receiver. And that's about it. So that's how it runs, guys. I enjoyed it. Cowboys World Order, yes, sir. CNS, Cowboys Nation Syndicate, sorry. Trash Talk Circle. That's what it's called. Okay. Beast of the East, what's up, brother? How you doing? Thanks for joining in. So that's the end of the video, guys. You can do these, like I said. It's called fanspeak.com, fanspeak.com, and then go. If you want to make it easier, after that you can Google that with the. It's called On the Clock, just like the draft. Fanspeak On the Clock, and you can do these. It's free. There's no subscription or nothing like that. And as it gets updated, these will get more accurate. So I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for joining the live stream. Thanks for the new people that joined the channel. I got about 7 or 8 guys joined today. We'll start doing these, and the channel will pick up, and Cowboy Crunk will be doing his live shows with all the sound effects and all that stuff during the game. Appreciate it, guys. Peace.